Hi, how are you? This is the paper survey assignment that I mentioned when I talk about the syllabus. This is very important for your grade because this is, as you've seen in the syllabus, this is big portion uh, of your grade. It's not the general homework. So I'm going to give you like 3 weeks from the day you hear this lecture. Um, but there is a steps that you should remember to complete this homework. So this is the individual homework that you should do. So let's go over some of them. Okay, from the first homework, that's like a list of journals that you search to do the first homework, and then like JMEMS or some other journals like Sense and Actuator and A and B, or even some Natures and some material journals, some advanced materials and some other any other whatever the journals that you can start looking at. Some keyword like energy harvesting, right? Particularly because this is MEMS class, the energy harvesting should be should be small scale. So either nano energy generator, energy harvesting, MEMS energy harvesting, or micro energy harvester, whatever the keyword, you can start searching some papers. Okay, so I want you identify 5 papers. I strongly recommend the five papers should be something from journals, not from conferences. I'm sorry about that because conference paper, most of the case is lack of details because it's short. Sometimes it's not rigorously reviewed by the peers, so sometimes it's not the level that you actually take a look into. So I strongly recommend to look at the very high level journals, not the conference papers. So please pick 5 papers that discussing about the energy harvesting. Okay, uh, I have a couple of other topics was available at the MEMS, the microsystem design class at different years, but at this particular year, I wanna just focus on the energy harvesting because actually I'm doing energy harvesting devices in my research. So I also curious what is out there as well. So based on your survey, I can learn from something from you as well. So I'm just this is helpful for you and then the helpful for me as well. So hopefully it's beneficial both sides. I understand that some of the research may be not this area, but this is part of the classwork. So hopefully you enjoyed this homework. Okay, and then I want you limit your search from the papers from 2015 to present. So I'm kind of a 5 years windows that I want to only look at some very recent work done in this area, so we can have kind of catch up what's going on right now. So right, so limit your search from 2015 to present. Okay, and then the thing is that you given 3 weeks to turn in your report, but I want to give you only 1 week in this search and then identify these 5 papers. Okay, so what I can do is you can send me email, right, and then the list of the papers. You don't necessarily to send the papers themselves, just list what is author's name, titles, and what is the journal name, like so on, right? That's kind of format that when you write down in your references in your paper. And then from the title and from the journal, I can kind of understand what kind of work is done. I just barely identify from the title though. So I understand you are in the scope or not. And then sometimes I may comment that the journals that you may look at is not that level that I'm looking for. So I have to give some feedback from the list that you submit in a week. And then you have two weeks that actually working on this homework, right? So in your report, I want you to describe the area that the paper studied and discuss each paper's approach to the areas. Like, they are published because they have a novel. Something is novel over there, right? Something, worth it for publication. So that's why each paper should have its uniqueness and the novelty. Okay, so I want to kind of find out what they are, and then you kind of summarize what they are. Okay, and then you can add your a survey with your opinion of each paper, and then possible future work. So let's say your thesis is in that area, and then what you learn from the 5 references, right? I know it's 5 papers, it's not really many. So, but I do not want to be like expand like 10 or 20 papers. Thus I do not want to push too hard for you, so I just limit 5 papers. Okay, so you can get the palm reading there, their work done, and then you may have your own idea, maybe possible future work, something can be better than their work. Just the idea will be okay. Okay. So, and then when you write down your report, right, I do not want to kind of copy and paste from the papers, right? I want you to write down your own word after reading the papers. I know it's not easy, right? But this is something you should do as a master degree candidate or PhD candidate. This is something you should be done. So I want to give you some kind of practice that right? Do not just copy from the papers. You just keep reading it and then understand and their work, right? And then just remove papers, and then you can kind of type writing in your own word, right? That's what the papers writing is about, right? You refer the papers, but you do not copy from there. You just write down your own word, right? So that means actually you should have very good understanding what is about the papers. Otherwise, it's very hard to write down by your own word without that good understanding. So, it's fair, right? I just limit the number of papers, but at least you should have good understanding. Otherwise, your report will be something that the level I didn't expect it. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you a page limitation, right? Within less than 10 pages, right? And then I'm going to give you a font size of 11 as well. Okay, including figures and tables, right? Now it's having figures and tables, so kind of relieved that, right? Having that the 10 papers only word, like letters, is a little too much. But having the figures and table, I don't think is too much, right? But if you put too many figures and tables, then you may not many spaces to write down your own word, right? So you should have kind of balance between the figures and tables and then your own writing, okay? And then in the report, you wanna kind of because it is online, you don't necessarily turn in physically the papers. You just attach your figures, attach your report to the now I'm gonna put some your homework assignment that the online system over there, so you can submit over there. But I want to also attach the 5 copies of papers, like the PDF file, so I can during the reading your report, I can kind of double check, by reporting that your copy of the papers as well. So okay, so again, the 10 page you're writing, right, and then additionally you should attach the five of the papers that you references. Okay, so and then in your report, this is kind of format, right? I want you write down the title, this is find out the title something, you can kind of include the 5 papers, right? For example, if these 5 papers is about the piezoelectric MEMS and then energy harvester, then you can kind of a common word come out like a piezoelectric MEMS for energy harvesting, for example, like that, right? But if you have many different principles, then you can have kind of like a word that you can make a title like a, I don't know, maybe general survey of MEMS for energy harvester, for example. So something like that, right? You can write down the title and then make sure you put your name and then date of the report. And then certainly you have, should we have introduction about what is the 5 papers is about. And then you can kind of talk about the individual of the 5 papers, what they are. And then you can kind of summarize. In that summary, again, I want to put your own opinion, right? This is important. I'm going to take a look into. If you have, this is the important step that you should have express your own idea. That's something you learn from these 5 papers, okay? And then certainly the 5 papers should be in these references, okay? And then you can put the figures and table after the references, like in the middle of the writing, not in the middle of the writing. Just to put them in at the end of the references, so it's much easier, kind of like it's separate pages, so I can read it at word and then table at the like a separate pages. Okay. Also, you should include a copy of the papers, right? So good luck, and then again, the due date is 3 weeks from the date you receive this homework. But again, you should email me the list, the 5 papers list in 1 week. Okay? All right, good luck.